Hi everybody, it's Paul from Bacon Logic Media. Today we're going to work a little bit more on our painting, or my painting. It's a little glary in here. I'm trying to fix that, but we'll work on that as we go, I suppose. We got some new LEDs and some background lighting. Did I just knock that out of whack? Not really. Okay, so when last we left our thing, we this is pretty much where we are. I found my, it's been a little while since I worked on this, but I found my big filbert. Check out my big filbert. Today I like the way the eyes kind of are. I really don't want to mess with them too much, but today I'm going to drop some a little bit of yellows in here. I got medium and lemon yellow to play with, so I just want to do some faux glazing, as it were. And we're just going to paint for about 20 minutes or so. So I'm just going to put out my lemon yellow and my medium yellow and get a little bit of liquid going on. Yep, I did it again. Alright, let's get this open. I hope everybody's having a nice day. Today was pretty nice. I had to work. Working sucks, which is why I paint, because I like painting better than I like working. I'm going to jump right in today. I got a flat shader. I'm going to dump my brush right into the shader. I'm going to use some of the, I think this is the lemon, I don't even know what jelly I'm using. I'm going to mix a little bit of the two of them together with some of the liquid. Remember, liquid helps dry those oil paints. So if your painting sits for a week, it'll be pretty good. It's a little tacky, but you know, it doesn't come off on your hands for the most part. But I'm just going to put a little bit of yellow in there and just make these pop a little bit, just a little bit, just to yellow it up just a little bit. There we go. That's all I really wanted out of the yellows. And right across his teeth like that, just to dull them down just a little bit. I'm going to get a little bit of my titanium white right here. And if you hear any music in the background, that's probably Borderlands. So I figure anybody who's playing Borderlands on Xbox One, please join us. Okay, so I got some titanium white and a little bit of those two yellows. I'm just going to drop in, I'm going to start dropping in some highlights. Just like that. This is really, really thin. I'm going to thicken it up just a little bit, because I want to start giving this a little bit of depth. And to do that, you just got to start layering in your colors. And I'm just going to add a little bit here and there. Just like that and like that. Layering them up. Like I said, I just want to start adding depth to all this. And once again, you start layering all these colors out, you get some nice results. So this is a little bit of titanium white and a little bit of my two yellows. I'm just going to drop them in. And my light source is coming this way, so most of my highlights are going to wind up on this side, which is my right side. And the critter's left side. So today I'm going to use my giant filbert that I found, and I'm just going to start blending all these out. And for my faux glaze, just like so. And that instantly makes it a little richer, in my opinion. But this is all kind of brownish still. And I'm going to get away from that. But, you know, the other day I said he was looking a little Snokish. Now he's looking a little more Palpatine. Palpatine. That's a new drink in Star Wars lore. I'll have a Palpatine, please. I'm going to do something interesting. I'm going to see if any of this purple, this stuff, my palette is pretty much sat here since I last left it. I'm going to see if any of this purple on my palette is still good. There's a little wad of it over here. Yep, it's still good. It's still good. And eventually I'll get another camera. You can see I'm going to try and film my palette as well as I'm working. So I got some of that purple, and I got a little bit of that same brush, a little bit of purple and a little bit of that white yellow mixture. I'm going to darken up these areas over here, get the transition going this way. Plus I want to dull down these brownish spots. I think I have a little bit of this crimson. This crimson is still very wet. And I think this, nope, it's at this stuff crimson. So I'm going to mix a little bit of that over there. I'm just going to drop it in. And see how that darkens up almost instantly. Crimson is, when I first started using crimson, I thought it was the most powerful color ever. So today is September 15th, 2017. I want to thank everybody so far. Give me thumbs up and follows. There are very few of you following me at the moment, but that's okay. And I'm going to give this a little bit of shape here. I'm going to start shaping out that nose just a little bit. See, that comes a little more darker. But like I said, you can also see some of the depth coming through. You know all those layers if you've been. This is what, session number 3. So if you've been following since the first one, you know where all those colors were. The first was brown, and you put a little bit of colors on top of it, and more colors on top of it. So today, a little bit more color. I'm dropping some of this yellow on top of this crimson. It's going to orangey purple darken mud it up a bit. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Get some of that crimsony purple. It's a nice color. And I'm doing most of my blending right here on the canvas. Some more crimson. Add it down here. Get this dark. Some more liquid. I'm going to need more liquid in a minute. But I want to blend all this out. And eventually I have to put some sort of neck in here. But I think, oh, look at that. I inadvertently put in a neck there. And eventually this will all be fleshed out. Some of this white over here. And be careful with your whites. White is a very potent color. But this is looking pretty creepy. Every time I work on it, it looks a little creepier, which is what I'm going for. My red and a little bit of crimson. I'm sorry, crimson, white. See if I can pick up some. Oh, this. I think this is some Prussian blue I just picked up. Left over from last time. Get another drop of liquid over here, thin it out a little bit. And once again, this is fine detail liquid I'm using. And if you followed my first two videos, you'll notice I had some trouble opening it up because it's been sitting on the shelf for I don't know how long. So I got liquid, some of that Prussian blue, a little bit of crimson, and drop a little bit of white. That's a deepish purple, which is kind of nice. So look at that. That's nice. This will be good for blending down here. Get that nice dark color going on. I'm just going to thin it out throughout the whole thing. And I'm going to get some over here. some in here, just to thin out. Put a little bit of that liquid on my brush directly and blend it up. Oil paints, friends, oil paints. They will blend forever until you stop. Even if you stop blending, you come back a week later and change that color up. Wonderful, wonderful. I was struggling with acrylics for so long. It's a little disturbing. Acrylics, you need to know exactly what color you want exactly every time. Well, not every time, but enough of the time. I think I went a little too dark there. Get some white. I'm going to start dropping in some details for later. Just put that in there like that. There we go. I'm going to put this over here, highlight that nose. The highlight is over here, that over there, maybe a little bit over here. And I'm going to put down my big filbert. I'm going to find a little filbert. Oh, wait. I'm going to use my cheap paintbrush. And just start just blending it up a little bit. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Can't Photoshop this kind of stuff. Well, you can Photoshop this kind of stuff. But that's a different video. I have a very angry video I've been trying to prepare. I try not to get angry with my stuff, but I've been recently hired in a new job. I work in a print shop, and I see a lot of just really bad graphic design. I wouldn't say they're mistakes, but I see a lot of stuff that if you're a graphic designer, you should know what to do and how to do it. And I keep seeing stuff that I've added some yellow here just to give it some tonal variation. I've seen some really, really just bad technical things. It's like if you're a graphic designer, or you claim to be a graphic designer, you should know, other than making stuff look pretty. Making stuff look pretty, yeah, that's pretty easy. Or ugly, as this guy's case may be. But making stuff look pretty, yeah, that's easy. But making stuff, you know, that's technically sound. There's a lot of people, you know, I'll give you a hint right now. There's a lot of people out there work exclusively in RGB. And if you know what I'm talking about, you might be groaning right now. It's like, oh yeah, RGB. So the secret is to know what you're working for. Most people work in RGB because it's like, oh, it's only video, but when you go to print, all of a sudden you have these problems because your color shifts. We see it all the time when we actually go to print this stuff. And if your stuff's going to be on a screen for 5-10 years, I'm working with that Prussian blue that's just left on my board. If you're just, you know, working on a screen all day long, you don't ever intend to print anything, that's one thing. But if you want to hit some of these conventions, I have some of this purple concoction with some white. Make this a little darker. Oh, wait, or not. If you're going to go to convention and try to sell pictures of this stuff, you're going to start to know what you need to know to get that stuff printed and looking like the way you wanted it printed. Because anytime you can help your local printer to make your stuff look better, you know, why wouldn't you take such advice? Why don't you learn those tricks? There's one customer from this place I work at. Everything he does is low resolution, RGB photos, and all this stuff turns purple. Every single file. Purple, purple, purple. And he knows it, and he doesn't really care, but if you want to be deemed as a professional, because this guy's not professional in any sense of the word, he just happens to be doing graphic design for the association he works for. And I'm using just titanium white and a little bit of that purple, just drop in some of these highlights for later. Like I said, if you want to be considered a professional, people are going to notice what you're looking for. So, but this guy, he's not professional, and he knows it, and he doesn't really care. He's always happy with the end result. I'm just putting some streaks. Those look pretty cool. I'm going to fluff it with the big brush. Fluff it this way once or twice. Just working my way slowly across. I'm going to work it down. Blending, 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 blending. I don't know if you can see through here. Every time I hit it, that blue comes back up and that blue goes back down. Just like Photoshop. Just like Photoshop. And get my darken this back up. I'm going to darken that back up in a later bit. I just want to define more of my shapes. More highlights. Blend them back out. And you know, I don't know how much time I've been doing. What time is it? Oh, I got plenty of time. I have a play date with my buddy Geekman. I suggest you watch his channel. He does Photoshop tutorials every Tuesday. And he does them in one shot. He does it with no script. It's pretty amazing. I'm not using a script. I should be proud. Proud, proud, proud. Swoop, 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 shoot, 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 shoot. I don't like that. I'm going to blend it away. Blend it, blend it, blend it, blend it, blend it, blend it. Blend up. There we go. It's looking like a scroll now. For those of you comic nerds, it's looking a little scroll-ish. Go back in here. I want to darken up those nostrils a little bit. That's not dark at all. It's kind of muddy. Go back here. Some of that crimson, some of that straight crimson. There we go. Just a little bit. Just darkened up a little bit. And you know what? This isn't really a full-fledged painting. This is just me sketching around with paint. That's all I'm doing. Got a little bit of paint. This is just a piece of canvas paper. That's getting a little bigger than I wanted to. So I'm going to put a little bit right there. Right there. Put a little bit of shadow right there. And then I blend it out. And if you have any questions or comments, please feel free to leave them. I will read them, and I will talk about them the next time I do one of these. I'm trying to get these out. I'm trying to get out the oil painting at least once a week, because, in case you hadn't noticed, I like to let my stuff dry in between. That's a nice color. Let's see if I can get it in there. Integrate it in. So I will answer questions about my painting techniques, my ideas, your ideas. Let's see what you have to say. Do you have anything to say? Some people do. Some people have lots to say. This is an age where a lot of people have a lot to say. I kind of like that. I'm going to blend it up with my big blendy brush to pull the teeth back just a little bit. And then I'm going to pull this down. The secret to oil painting is not to leave any hard edges. No hard edges. Blending colors constantly. And I'm going to put this over on top. That looks very, very creepy. And I'll probably hit that with another layer of yellow. And eventually I will call it quits on this painting. I think I'll have a contest of some sort to give it away. It's if you like creepy, weird paintings. Because I'm not going to work on this one forever, that's for sure. I want to work on something else. But if you like creepy paintings, we can certainly work something out. I think next time we're going to drop in some drastically different colors just to get this thing really popping. I made his cheek a little too round again, so I'll put this over here just to darken that up, because even though the light's coming this way, his neck is further down from his body. I'm going to take my blendy brush. I'm going to call it my blendy brush. It's just a regular house paint brush, but blend it up, blend it down, blend it across, back up, and then get some of this color out. Alright, yeah, he's looking very creepy. I have some ideas of what I want to do for next time from what I'm doing today. I just want to lighten this back up, straighten that back out, blend it back down. I think, if not the next time, the time after, I think I'll be done with this bad boy. A bit more of this blue. I want to get that up here, like so. This one down here, just see that? That looks wicked. I'm liking that. Just blend that up there like that. Down there. Much better. I'm grooving now. I'm liking that. Alright, so I'm going to drop in some more titanium white here with my blue purpley mixture. There, up there. I'm just trying to dot my, just get some harsher highlights. And I that, get that in there, more over there, yeah, some over there, there we go, maybe some over there, and there, and up there, and up there. That's where I want my highlights. I want my highlights to pop in roughly in those areas. I'm just going to blend them out that way. That one that way, up and across, and a little more depth. And you notice I haven't really touched those eyes because I like the way those eyes came out, but they don't have enough depth for me. So I'm going to make some sort of plot to bring that together. And this over here in the middle. Not really liking that nose. I can really do something weird with that nose. Put a divot over here, I think, to give it a little skeletal. Maybe bring that. Maybe I'll blend it up. Hey, look at that. Blending your nose. Instead of blowing your nose, you blend your nose. And take that white over there. No, I just ruined my painting. I am not liking that at all. I have to blend it back out to get something I like again. It's okay. And this is what happens with oil paint. You will blend it and blend it and blend it. Next thing you know, it's like, oh, I didn't want that. Put just a little bit of this color in there. I'll even blend it here with this brush just to bring it together, and a little bit up here, just to bring that together. And maybe a hair in there, and bring that together. You see that? It just lightened that up so a lot. I don't know if you can see it, but this was really, really dark, and now it's really lighter. Alright, it's almost time for me to go to my play date. Put some dark color over here. I'm going to blend it out. Yeah, that's looking okay. Looking okay. But it's mostly purple. We'll have to do something about that next time. So I got my half-hour painting on video for you. So next time, I want to fix his nose. I think I'm going to bring his nostrils up right quick. Oh, to do that, I'll have to get some white, like so. Maybe I'll use some of this yellow, white, yellow. Ugh, it just pains me because I had a nose that I liked, and now I'd have a nose that I don't really like. So this is mostly yellow. I'm going to thin this out just a little bit. This color's turning to mud green-ish, and that might be my next major color, is just to green it up, to knock down that it's really purple and red, and I want to knock that down a bit. Ooh, that's interesting. But it's looking a little more layered than it did before, so that kind of makes me happy. Some more of that white there. I need to blend it out and try not to mess up the eye, because I like the way that eye came out. Down there, blend it out this way just a little bit. There we go. That's what I'm looking for. And I think I have to glaze over some of this other stuff. I'm also going to start sketching a painting for the cover of my game very soon. Actually, I have an idea. It's going to be a Frazetta homage. I'm going to just do that. That's okay, I guess. I'm going to blend it up a little bit. My up, I actually mean up, like my direction I'm putting my paintbrush in is in fact up. But now he's looking a little piggy. So yeah, I have for those of you who know me, I'm working on a tabletop board game. And it's been in development for about, almost 12 years. There we go. Now his nose is back in the position I need it to be. That's much better. See what happens when you blend the stuff? You get back to where you need to be. Give that a little bit of dark. So there we go. Much better. Creepy, creepy, creepy. So anyway, I want to thank you all for watching. Time is about up for me, so I'm going to go wash my brushes. I'm going to get my game on. And this is, next time we're going to drop some heavier yellow, maybe some green in that eye, yellow and green. We'll work on that neck a little bit, maybe give him a collar. Work up here a little bit. You know what? While I'm here, while I'm looking at it, let's put some color up here, because it doesn't have a lot of color up here. I just kind of highlighted it and ran away. But there we go. Alright. See, I always say I'm signing off, then I paint for like 5 more minutes. I do the same with like any other project that I'm working on. It's like, yeah, I'm done for the day. Oh, let me do this. Let me do one more thing. Oh, let me do one more thing. 3 hours later, I'm not done. But I kind of got his nose back in the position where I want it. We have a lot more depth and swirl to where I want. The light side is a little more light. The dark side is still dark, but it has some more definition in it. And I'm just going to tweak this until just a little bit. I'm going to give this a little nudge of blue right there. There we go. Blurry, creepy, clurry. Creepy, blurry, clurry. A little more in there, and a little bit more in there. Bigger brush. I tend to dab, in case you haven't noticed, I tend to dab the color I want in the area I want it, and then I use a bigger brush to blend it out. But as I get closer to being finished, I'll add details just with smaller brushes. I guess the more detail I want, the smaller brush I go, but for now it's just wide, broad strokes. Anyway, it is time for my play date. I thank you for spending your time with me. This is Paul from Bacon Logic Media. Please click subscribe and like and all that fun stuff if you like what I'm doing. Oh, that's very glary. I didn't realize it was that glary. Let me move the camera. You can see a little better. See if I can pull it back just a hair. There we go. So that is the current result, and in the screen it looks a lot better than it does over there. Actually, now that I'm looking at it from this angle, because I'm painting at an angle too, because the camera's in the way. But that's looking really interesting. So next time, you know, the more I look at it, the more I think it's closer to being done than I thought. So next time, maybe we'll finish it up. We'll drop in some extra colors other than purple and red and blue. And yeah, we'll see how that works out. This is Paul from Bacon Logic Media. Thanks for stopping by, and we'll see you next time.